Hello, welcome to ChapterSkip. I'm Joe.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Sean, and today we're bringing you a trailer review for Oldboy.
So it seems nothing is sacred in Hollywood these days.
And it'll soon come to the point where something will have only been out for a few years before either being remade or rebooted. But in some cases it can do the world of good for a particular franchise. Take Batman for instance, but for a movie only 10 years old it kind of seems pointless.
Yeah, I hate to break this to you, Sean, but Hollywood have already been remaking movies. They've only been out a few years.
Like what?
They've done Record, they've done The Grudge, Silent House,
Alright,
Let the Right One In.
Chill out, alright.
Hello? Hello? Hey, tell me why I'm in here. Look at me. No.
Anyhow, the plot for Oldboy tells of how an advertising executive, Joe Doucette, played by Josh Brolin, is mysteriously kidnapped and imprisoned for 20 years without knowing why this fate has befallen him.
Then one day, without explanation, he is suddenly released from captivity. And so he sets out to discover who kidnapped him and why.
What happened to him?
He showed up last night.
I need your help, Chucky.
I haven't seen the guy in like 20 years.
Who are you?
If you were trying to find your daughter and clear your name, I could help you.
If you would like to see your daughter alive again, answer two questions. One, why did I imprison you for 20 years?
This version of Oldboy is directed by Spike Lee.
And the screenplay is by Mark Protasevic, who wrote the screenplay to the Will Smith starring I Am Legend. So far, things aren't looking good for this film.
However, there are some saving graces for the film, and that's Samuel L. Jackson and the before-mentioned Josh Brolin. The film also stars the not-so-famous Olsen sister, Elizabeth. And here comes the point where I'll duck out and let Mark do his thing. I'll pop up every now and again, but for the most part, Mark, take it away.
So, for those that don't know, this movie is a remake of the 2003 Park Chan-wook film of the same name, which was based on the manga by Tsuchiya Garon and Minagishi Nobuaki. Now, I'm a huge fan of the original movie, which I consider to be one of my favourite films ever. So just so you guys know, my opinions are going to be slightly biased.
The body of Donna Hawthorne was discovered. The crime suspect, Joseph Doucette, the victim's former husband and father of the surviving child.
Your father's been missing for 20 years. If I could somehow bring him here, do you think you could forgive him?
I could try.
Okay, so the trailer does actually look pretty good. In fact, it looks better than I expected. But, and here comes the obvious complaint, what is the point? The original film is a perfect movie that doesn't need remaking. I mean, not only is the film excellent, but it's only 10 years old and is still finding new fans. So I ask again, what is the point? I could understand if this film was made by someone who disliked the original movie, but they were a big fan of the manga and they want to make a more faithful version, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. Okay, I've only read the first volume of the manga, so I'm not that familiar with it, because it's something like 8 volumes and 80 chapters. So there could be a lot in there that's being taken from the manga rather than the original film, but the trailer's just not giving me that impression. There's a lot of moments in there that are just shot-for-shot copies of Park Chan-wook's film.
This new Oldboy gets its release in many countries in October.
But unfortunately in the UK this film gets released in December.
I will find you. I only run this place, all right?
Shit, you might want to think about what you're doing here.
I've been thinking about it for the last 20 years.
Having not seen the 2003 version of Oldboy, I'm not as attached to the film as someone like Mark is. I'm not really having too much of a problem with the film. In fact, on the surface, it actually looks pretty good, and I'm fairly interested in seeing it. But I don't think I'm going to be taking a special trip to the cinema to watch it. But I think as soon as it's available to rent or stream, I'll give this new Oldboy a shot.
I really hope this film at least half lives up to the original, because that was amazing. And judging by the trailer, it doesn't look too bad, especially the Red Band trailer.
I'll admit that I do have a weird, morbid curiosity about this version, the same as I would if I saw an old man get run over. I'd have to go and have a peep. But I guess I'm not going to be spending any money on this, as I really don't see the point in it. I think the film will do fairly well, although there will inevitably be quite a few arguments between fans of the original movie and those who would only have seen this version. So before this movie comes out, I'd like to make a little suggestion. If you quite like the look of this trailer, but you've not seen the original movie, and you're not fazed by watching a film that's got subtitles, then go and watch the original movie. You can pick up the 2-disc edition for around £5, which, thinking about it, is a hell of a lot cheaper than a bloody cinema ticket these days. In fact, yeah, Sean.
Oh, sweet.
Go and watch it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for checking out this trailer review for Oldboy. Now, this movie looks pretty interesting, but the main problem is that it's a remake of a great film. So we want to know if you think this movie will either be terrible, on par with the original, or even better. Leave a comment on this video, or you can start a discussion on our Facebook page. All the relevant links are down in the description. And finally, please make sure you subscribe to ChapterSkip for more trailers, movie reviews, and sketches. Thanks.
But in some cases, it can do the world of the good for, well, the world of the good.
The world of
the good. However, there are some saving graces for it, and that's Samuel L. Jackson.
This version of Oldboy is directed by Spike Lee.
And the screenplay is by someone whose name has gone.
Spike Lee.
Volume of the manga, but the series runs into something like Runnings.
I really hope this film at least
But that doesn't seem to be the point here. Alright, I've only read the first volume of... Alright, sorry.
I thought I was alright.
You said it alright.